Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC. And today I want to talk to you guys about this knife, the Kansept Echis. All right, so I've had this here for quite some time. This was actually a win that I got from Knives Fast. So Casey sent this over. I won a giveaway on his channel, and he sent me this. This was what I won, and that is pretty stinking cool. So this is the Kansept Knives Echis, and I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, you guys will definitely probably let me know. So just at first glance, this thing was really, really cool, or it is really, really cool, and it's a great little knife. Actually, I say little, but that's a pretty big knife. We're going to get into it, but just looking at it, you have a titanium frame, titanium handles with that nice, really cool milling on it. I forgot what they're calling it. They're just calling it bead blasted titanium with just the kind of texture. So they don't really have a name for it. I'm calling it the brain texture because it looks like brain. Maybe that just ruined it for you, but it's a textured bead blasted titanium, chamfered all the edges all the way around, nice and chamfered off, very comfortable. You got the milled clip, nice backspacer with a little bit of jimping on it for grip. And this thing has multiple means of deployment. You have the flipper tab, which is fairly low profile. It's not much of what we would call a pocket pecker, but it's not too bad. You have this area here because it can be front flipped, and you have the opening holes, which are very easily to manipulate, to reverse flick, to thumb flick. You can front flick or just do the regular flick. So there you go. There's the nice drop point blade. The designer of this is Jantz Designs, and this thing is really, really cool. You have S35VN steel, which has been stonewashed. So you have that nice stonewash finish on the blade. Full 4 fingers on the handle. So obviously you can see full 4 fingers on the handle. It's not much of a choke up position, not that you really need it. You got jimping here on the spine, and that works perfectly because your thumb ends up being right there. If you do need to like pinch grip it and get up here, you got plenty of blade to do so. The blade has that nice wedge up here at the top, makes it look really nice, thins out that tip really well, and overall great construction on this. It is a frame lock, so you got to make sure you're staying away from the frame when you're trying to flick it or manipulate it in any way, or you will get a little bit stuck. It does have a steel insert for the lock. Lockup is good. Action is really good. It's on bearings, and overall it's a really, really great knife. Let's look at some of the size on this thing, just so you guys can see. It is a fairly big blade. Overall it is 7.94 inches, so just about 8 inches overall. The blade length is 3.45 inches, so it's just right around 3.5 inches, depending where they want to where they want to do the measurement. I'm getting 3.5 right at the edge of the sharpened edge, but obviously you got to look at that. That's kind of where whoever's gonna be really measuring that, they could measure at the end of the bolster area here, which really is in front of the sharpened edge. So it has a flat grind drop point, like I said, stonewash. You got that nice edge on it. It does smile a little bit right here, which that doesn't really bother me too much. Some people get a little bit upset over that little area being smiled, but you know, that doesn't really bother me too much. It's really not that big of a deal. It's just the plunge grind came out a little bit, and it's a little thicker material, so they ended up getting that when they sharpened it. Again, you can flick it and I'm not really good. The front flipping takes a little bit because when I'm grabbing it, my hand wants to grab the lock bar. So I try to stay away from the lock bar, grab the clip, or grab up here so that I'm staying away from the lock bar. But when I'm gripping for the front flip, my hand wants to grab here, put pressure on the lock bar, which makes front flipping not as easy, but you can still do it. But with all of the means of deployment on this, it is kind of a fidget. But it's great. Plenty of access to the lock bar. The lock bar is chamfered off in there, so you can get your thumb in there and have no issues with deployment of the blade or the locking of the blade. It is pretty good in that sense. Let's look at some size comparisons. We have the Rat 2. See, it is a much bigger blade than what I'm used to or what's in my wheelhouse with a blade, so it's a big boy. You got the Elementum. So again, you're talking a much bigger blade than these two. And finally, my last size comparison knife is my Para 3. As far as handle goes, we're almost right there as far as handle length, but obviously blade length is going to be far more than what the Echis is. So there you go. But we look at the thickness of the scales, and we're right about the same. Actually, it's a little thicker, just a little thicker than the Para 3, but not by much. But it is more of a chunkier blade just because it is full titanium. They did, let me put this away before I get into too much. They did do some milling in there. It's deep in there, so you can kind of see, let's see. Let me get a flashlight. Maybe you guys could see a little better. You could see some space removal or some removal of the titanium in there and a little bit on the lock bar side as well, but it's not a lot. And it's a really good knife. What's the weight on this? Let's see. They have the weight at 4.28 ounces. I do not have a scale. I wish I did, but that is the weight of this blade. So overall, this is a really good blade. Just a little bit bigger than what I'm normally into, which is why I think I'm gonna offer this up for all channel members. I might do a holiday channel member giveaway, and this might be one of those things. So if you're not a channel member, check it out. Link in the description on how you can become a channel member and a chance to win this knife. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. The Kansept Echis, awesome knife. Oh, let me tell you what they are on the website. I'm on their website right now. This is available for $169.89. So S35VN, full titanium, not a terribly bad deal. So check them out, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. The choice is yours.